I'm here as buy or sell, as always, delivered by our friends at DoorDash. You can use the promo code GameDay25, get yourself 25% off and no delivery fees on your first order. Shout out to DoorDash. Let's start with the Metro division is getting very interesting right now. It's tightening up, and I'm going to go ahead and say the New Jersey Devils will not win this division, despite the fact they got off to that great start. Are you buying or selling that, Frank?
I will buy. I say the Carolina Hurricanes win the division. I've said this year in and year out that they are the most consistent team in the league. They have no blips. They may not win every game, but they don't go on 3, 4, 6 game losing streaks. It doesn't happen. It's been amazing that Pyotr Kochetkov has come in and has been practically invincible. The guy just wins. Clearly, they got ahead of themselves and in a smart way by signing Kochetkov to that contract. So he has 4 years after this one at a bargain, $2 million a year. And the Devils, their streak was amazing. But if you look at the last handful of games or so, as they've come back to earth, and including 3 losses in a row, their save percentage is back in the 800s. And that was always one of the big question marks about this Devils team is, would they be able to find a way to continue that excellence in net? And so far, the answer is no.
Yeah, I would sell for sure. They're not going to win the division. Carolina, I think I was with Frank. We both picked them to win the division at the start of the year. They won again. They beat Pittsburgh today, and Pittsburgh had come in. Pittsburgh was red hot on up until their win tonight. The Rangers are on the verge of crushing, so they're going to win 7 in a row, and that means you will have then the 4 teams within 4 points of one another, and that's with the Devils winning 21 of their first 26 games, guys. And they have a 4-point cushion, really no cushion over Carolina. I still think they built enough cushion that they'll be a playoff team, but Frank points out their goaltending. I didn't think it was realistic for New Jersey to go from a team that's barely been a playoff team for a decade to suddenly dominating the whole year long, right? Like eventually they were going to come back to earth. And the other teams have woken up, like the Rangers off to a slow start. They're killing it right now, Pittsburgh and Carolina. So I think ultimately the Devils will probably be a wildcard team.
So here's how good Carolina has been. New Jersey won 13 in a row. They both have now played the same number of games, 31, and have the exact same points percentage.
It's crazy. It is crazy. I'll have odds on that in just a second here. Second area I want to touch on with you guys. A lot of talk about Matty Beniers being the favorite for the Calder Trophy. Understandably so. He's got 26 points in 29 games, 23 points in 29 games this year. But how about Logan Thompson? I'm going to go ahead and say he's getting overlooked in the Calder Trophy race, and he should be the favorite. You buying or selling on that, Jason?
It's a very valid question. And, it's hard to compare, rookies to goaltenders. And the other guy is, no one even talks about him because no one really watches, but Machelli, I might even butcher his name in Arizona, man. Like that guy's 2 points behind. And, he's not on a team. I don't think he has the same supporting cast that Matty Beniers has. And he's really come out of nowhere, right? Beniers at least had some hype and based on last year, but I will buy on Logan Thompson. Like he's playing a tougher position as a rookie. And I know that he got some experience last year and it's the weird rookie rule, but he qualifies as a rookie. And if he can maintain it, I think he's going to come back to earth a little bit here. But if he maintains it, I think it's a good run because none of the rookie forwards or defensemen are absolutely blowing the doors off points-wise.
Exactly. Frank?
Yeah, I would buy and say Thompson should be in the pole position right now for the Calder. And the reason for that is also just because think of last year while they had all their injuries. That's all everyone was saying heading into the season is, I don't buy or trust Vegas's goaltending. And if he's able to steady that, he's got a .917 that he's been kicking so far this season. If he's able to maintain that for the rest of the year, and the Golden Knights are obviously in the playoffs and likely at that number winning the division, then he should be winning the Calder.
Finally, this came over the weekend. John Tortorella, healthy scratched their leading scorer, Kevin Hayes, for their game. I'm just going to ask you guys, you buying or selling that move from Torts, Frank?
Selling. I don't understand what John Tortorella is doing, what kind of message he's trying to send. I understand Kevin Hayes had the turnover in the previous game, and he's been benched a few times in third periods this season. But in a week span, he healthy scratched a 60-point defenseman in Tony DeAngelo, who had no problem playing last year for one of the best teams in the league in Carolina. Now you take a team that already struggles to score and sit the leading scorer for what? As Keith Yandel said today on a video clip that he had posted to the Spit and Chicklets channel, perhaps it's time for John Tortorella to be a healthy scratch for a game as well.
I understand that you want to try to send messages as a coach, and I get you've only got so many, nails to hammer on as a coach during the year, but this one just seemed like now, unless Kevin Hayes, there's something else going on that we don't know that, maybe the coaches asked him to do something. He just continually doesn't do it. This one is a very much a head scratcher to me. Whether you like it or not, there are different levels of accountability. You can call out a veteran player like Hayes, I think, in the room, maybe more, and not crush him like you could a rookie per se, but you're really, I know that he's trying to say, hey, anybody can be benched, so all of you react. And it is easier to, if you want to get teams' attention, that works more than benching the fourth line guy all the time. Oh, we're going to take this guy out of the lineup again for the 15th time. That does nothing. But I still, based on his play, it doesn't match the plan. I'd be curious to know what the long-term plan is from this.
How do you possibly make the argument to your team and your organization and your fan base that you're trying to win? That's what he keeps saying. Well, this isn't not necessarily about one game. It's about what we're building here as a culture. It's like, what does that even mean? Are you trying to win or are you not? Taking a 60-point defenseman and taking your leading scorer out of your lineup just to flex your own muscles, all that proves is you look like a jackass.
Well, and also it's not like they're only losing because they're terrible defensively or anything like that. They can't score. So you take both those guys out of the lineup, well, you can't score. Like it just made no sense. I'm absolutely selling on that move as well. It was mind-boggling.